G'day, we're David and Paula. Like many people, we've been working hard for many years and we're too young to retire, but we've decided to take a gap year from work. We've bought a new van and we're doing a lap right around Australia. Good morning. We woke up this morning and it's misty on Cape York. So came down to get some pictures. G'day. We're at Elliot Falls campground. We got in with the Defender, and which of course you'd expect, and the caravan, which maybe you shouldn't expect. And we've been here for a couple of nights now. Have another night here. It's been sort of quite relaxing. We had a pretty relaxed day yesterday. We went down to the saucepan sort of on our first day. It was very pleasant down there. It was a good afternoon, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Isn't it the dishpan?
The saucepan.
Oh, it's a saucepan.
I keep telling you that it's not Butterfly Falls, it's Fruit Bat Falls. I keep telling you that. And, I keep mucking it up, and then Paula just mucked that one up. So it's Fruit Bat Falls, and we're heading to Fruit Bat Falls just for a couple of hours now. So we'll head down the Old Telegraph Track. I expect there's probably a few people there. I went down to Elliot Falls and the Twin Falls that are here at the same campground that we're staying at. Early in the morning we had mists and fog. There was actually fog sort of rolling in and rolling down the river line, so it was quite surreal for Cape York, even at this time of year. I don't know, maybe locals can tell me how often they get mists and fogs. Yeah, so we'll go down to Fruit Bat Falls today, and we'll see how we go when we get back, if we head down for another swim at Elliot Falls and the Twin Falls. But it's been very pleasant. So we got our base off-road van in here, and as you can see, we had to take it quite carefully and easily. You can't be stupid with those things. Yes, it's an off-road van, but you still got to look after things. Funny, we don't actually regard ourselves particularly crazy because we're very careful with all this sort of stuff.
We did a lot of research before we brought it in. And
we'd had a look at a few people who did it on YouTube. There's a few people who'd done it, a month before us, looking online, and these roads do deteriorate. And then spoke to some locals. And again, the locals sort of said it's not ideal, but their bigger issue wasn't the creek crossing or anything like that. It was the ruts and having the high clearance, and we knew we had that with the van. And you just got to take your time. In fact, even without the van, you take your time here because, you've got rocks and all sorts of things embedded in here. And we're going to try and hold this line. When we came in here with the van the other day, it was hard to see the way in because people had parked their caravans, and what they thought was a caravan parking spot was actually the access roads. There's plenty of places here to park a caravan. Yeah, anyway, we'll see you at Fruit Bat Falls. This is just absolutely insane. fine, honey. I expect it looks worse than it is. I took my head. I'm bleeding. I'm melting.
That's pretty good. That's people me though.
So people who visit Australia think everything wants to eat you. This is a carnivorous plant.
Fly that's trying to...
Is there a fly that's caught up in there? Like when you first think of Cape York, you always imagine the tropical bit and down to the sea and some of that rainforesty bit. And then when you get to know a little bit more, you know there's a lot of that savanna and dry stuff.
Yep.
And then you come here and you see these beautiful waterfalls. That's all right.
Did you like Fruitbat Falls?
I like Fruitbat Falls.
Yeah, it's good.
It's nice, and it's actually quite accessible. This one.
It's accessible to drive in.
If you can get up onto the Cape onto the main road.
Yeah, you could do this.
Yeah,
and
do this one.
Toilets here, so.
I'll give it to the park service and the guys up here. They're reasonable facilities, and yes, they are camping facilities, and yes, they're hybrid and type dunnies and those sorts of things. But these ones are actually pretty good, in the range of camping ground toilets and things. But anyway, that's all we're going to talk about, because no one wants to talk about toilets too much.
No.
So just know that
it's just handy to know.
Just handy to know that they're there. Where are we?
Twin Falls.
Twin Falls, yeah. This is the top one of the Twin Falls.
That's more petite.
A bit more petite compared to
Fruitbat.
So we found a private spot again.
Yeah, we have.
We found a private spot again. Oh, it's like a massage. These are a bit sedate compared to Fruitbat Falls, aren't they?
Yeah, a little bit.
Some of the other falls that we've been in.
Yeah.
Very different without the fog. Grilled Brussels sprouts, steak, and vino. It's been a good day. So yeah, they've got a head knock. I had a head knock today. Right. So we're leaving the Elliot River campground and back on the Old Telegraph Track. So we've got 5 kilometres of careful driving with the zone base on it, and let's hope we don't hold too many people up. Alright, let's see how we go. We've got a van on, mate, so I'll pull up here and you can come around. Yeah, if you stick hard to your left, it's pretty level, and then I'll pull past you. All good. River Ferry. It's reasonably expensive. I'll put the link in the description. It is expensive for the car and the van across. It's your ferry crossing and your permits, and your camping permits to come across.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And
Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
if I will ever figure out where the road goes, even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs.
Bamaga.
You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down.
So they've obviously just rebuilt a relatively new one, and there's a bit of works going on, but that was a good supermarket. It's had a range of all the essential things that you need. We're relatively stocked up, so we really only need to top up a couple of bits and pieces, but it's a Sunday here, so only the essentials are open.
Falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high.
The Pajinka Road. This is the road that goes from Bamaga. Hope you can hear me. This is the road that goes from Bamaga to the tip. And you turn off it at the croc tent to go to Punsand Bay, and it's quite, as you can see, quite corrugated. So there's a few sections. Quite a lot of the Peninsula Development Road is sealed now, but there are still some sections of quite rough corrugated road that just the road through the season.
Even if the sky is falling down, the sky is falling down.
So I've got to apologise.
Why?
For bringing you to such a terrible spot. Eh?
Well, there's crocodiles just out there.
Yeah. I mean, how terrible is this spot? Look at this. Absolute beachfront. You can probably see that from the kitchen, can you?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is Punsand Bay, and it's absolutely beautiful, but it is a bit of a tease, isn't it?
Yes, because you can't get in.
You can't go in. They tell you can't go swimming because of the crocs. So let's hope we see a croc. Eh? Anyway, so we came to Punsand Bay because there's a few options up near the tip, just in terms of the campgrounds for the various communities. And different people have different views, but looking at all the more recent reviews, and we got a couple of comments from a few people who'd been at all of them over a period of time recently, and most of them seem to think that Punsand was the best. It's certainly the most organised. It's definitely the most expensive of all of them.
Is it?
Yeah, and a couple of the others at Seizure and Alaura are a bit closer to those communities where you can get to the supermarkets and shops. But we stopped in at Bamaga,
Yeah.
and did that. And yep, it's a little bit more expensive, but gee, look at the
Pretty.
view. And from here you can actually see the tip.
Can you?
Yeah, it's just through, but it's a bit of a drive. It's been a bit of a big day today, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has actually.
We got up. It was Father's Day, so Paula needed coffee and bread. We got up, packed up in reasonably good order, and then we had to go down that 5 or 6 kilometre section of the Old Telegraph Track, towing a 3.5 tonne caravan in through some ruts and rutted roads, and then down in through Canal Creek.
You drove?
Yeah, you directed.
Yeah.
You directed. This is how Paula directs.
So not true.
We're just going to stop and relax now, plan out the trip to the tip. Every time I say the trip to the tip, it actually sounds like
you're going to dump rubbish.
Yeah, it sort of sounds like sort of that weekend chore.
G'day. Well, we're on the way to the tip.
After 300 meters, turn right and then make a U-turn.
The navigator's having a conniption.
And I'm not talking about the rubbish tip, I'm talking about the tip of Australia.
How long is it going to take us to get up there, do we think?
About an hour.
Yeah, they say an hour, don't they? And
yeah.
Google says 3/4 of an hour, and it's a little bit hard to see, but it all depends on the conditions of the road up here, of course. So we'll see what happens when we get to the tip of Australia.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes.
Oh, look at this.
Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I'll ever figure out where the road
Well, I certainly wasn't expecting this, so it is a bit more adventurous getting to the tip, which is good.
falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high.
Yes, you can't see it.
Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so
Good fun.
high.
Oh,
Trusting
another bush turkey. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Absolutely spectacular. The Torres Strait Islands over there. I know it's probably windy, so. Alright, let's keep pushing to the tip. We saw some people walking around the mud flats and the mangroves, but the whole place is just stunning. But here we are, almost 6 months to the day that I was down at the most southernmost point. Pretty magic, isn't it? Looks like paradise, doesn't it? So if it's low tide, you can go around from the beach. Paula thinks it looks like snapping handbag territory, don't you?
Yep.
Like all these places, they're getting more and more popular. So if you want to get here in the peace and quiet, just get here early. Three other cars when we got here. It's now like a car park. Yeah, really glad that we got here when we did. Nice and early. And we got here, and then there were just 1 or 2 people came after us at a reasonable time, so we didn't have people lining up for their photo.
That was good. The walk was okay.
The walk was okay. It's a bit of a rocky trail climb. It's not a formed path, is it?
No.
No. So you just had to pick your way through and follow the foot track, because fair few people have been through there, haven't they? But,
although there are mounds of rocks once you get to the top to lead you to where the sign is.
Yeah. Well, and there's not really too many choices, is there?
No.
You just follow it to the headland.
Yep.
And low tide, I don't know. I've got some footage, but there was a bit of wind around. But low tide, you can go around by the beach, which a few people did. Paul was a bit iffy about doing that.
Yes, I didn't want to run into a snapping handbag.
But they don't go very good on the sand.
Yeah, but they do go on the sand because we've seen them on the sand, sunbanking.
Yeah, they only go on the sand, but they're not fast in the sand though.
Yeah, but my theory is if they're hungry, they would be.
Okay.
So why risk it?
Yep. And just as we were leaving, quite a few people came in.
Yeah, we left it. We got there a good time.
We thought we were running a little bit late, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. We thought there might have been a few other people by the time we got there, but as we got to the tip, there was no one else there, was there?
No.
On that note, we'll see you at the croc tent.
Yep. There's not very much room down there. We're about to turn left on the road that essentially takes us back south again. Anyway, little tiny bit of sealed road, thank goodness for that. Did you see that? Yeah.
Jammed. These are shocking. The way the main road signs point you to go to Cairns when you're coming back out, don't do it. Go back into Bamaga and follow that road. We're about to get back onto the Bamaga Peninsula Development Road, and when you're heading north just before Bamaga, it gives you this option.
Follow the road.
Right. And to either go left towards Bamaga or to bypass Bamaga and go up past the airport and go in that way. And that's the way that Google Maps brought us on the way back. Bad idea. Bad idea. It's a terrible road. It's poorly maintained and heavily corrugated. Probably one of the worst sections of road that we've taken the car and van on. So don't do that. We sort of got to a stage where we were committed, so we just had to sort of work our way very slowly through it. So we're now back on the Bamaga Peninsula Development Road, heading south towards Jardine River. And this is not one of the better sections of the road, but gee,
It feels better.
it feels better compared to what we've just been on.
Yep.
Catch you at Alu.
In 50 metres, disembark from the ferry.
Stop Bamaga at all, shops, so you can go straight to the park. Gonna need fuel? Yeah, we might stop past Bamaga. Yeah, we might stop running and grab some stuff from the shops quickly and then go to Alu after that. Yeah, no worries.
Thanks, brother. Thank you. Burning off going near Bramwell Station, so yeah, it's quite thick smoke coming across the road there. So most of the road from the Jardine River south is pretty good, but there is a section, I reckon, about 30-40 kilometres, which was a bit ugly. Let's say 30 kilometres, a bit ugly. Most of the rest of it's actually in reasonable nick, and some of it's being upgraded. So we'll probably stop at Bramwell Junction just for lunch. We're sort of doing a little bit better than we thought we might. We haven't got anything else to do at Bramwell Junction. Sort of, we're not going to do any more of the Telegraph Track and those sorts of things. So we want to sort of get down to Lion's Den. So we'll probably just stop for lunch and refuel and do those sorts of things. One of the things we noticed on this section, particularly so it's so dusty, is the number of people who are travelling who don't have any form of UHF. And we had one driver in a Prado just sitting back in our dust. Was difficult seeing him even on the rear vision from the caravan, but we couldn't see him in the mirrors. Didn't have UHF, so trying to manage what they wanted to do and passing is quite difficult. So again, if you're thinking about planning the lap, to me it's an essential investment to have UHF. If you don't want to afford it, if you can't afford it, at least go and buy a handheld, sort of like a 5-watt handheld or something like that. At least you'll be able to talk to cars and road trains and those sorts of things when you're nearby. And also when there's roadworks, you'll actually hear them coming up. So yeah, I just can't stress enough. I think it's one of the things that we think is essential, and certainly would have made it a little bit safer trying to manage people who want to pass you, and no problems. You can actually do it. But we did notice that on this section, didn't we, Paula?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, so just coming into Bramwell Junction, so a few kilometres, and it's quite gravelly, this section of road. And even with the stone stomper, we just sort of heard something sort of, I'd say tapping, but it was a little bit stronger than a tapping sound, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But on the roof of the car, so it just goes to show, and the stone stomper's got a lot of, pebbles and stones, and some of them, sort of quite big stones sitting on top. So it just goes to show how much is that's the pool of stuff that's on top of the stone stomper. Never mind what the stone stomper stopped from coming up. So just goes to show just how much gravel and stone and those sorts of things that you get on your caravan and on your car. Right, so we hit a section of sealed road, which is lovely. But yeah, look, I mean, they're not big stones, but these are the sorts of stones that will crack your windscreens and your back windscreen, those sorts of things. Which is why you need stone guards. Anyway.
Guys have gone and gotten themselves stuck, so now we're stuck too.
Again, thanks for joining us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember, 100% of our YouTube advertising revenue goes to charity.